Do you know what is happening on Twitter right now? Because if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. And yes, I'm going to call it Twitter. Elon Musk dead names his kid. I'm going to dead name his stupid website. Okay, so what you need to know is that on Tuesday last week, HBO Max, which is a streaming service in America, it's owned by Warner Brothers. That's all you need to know. They cancelled a TV series called Our Flag Means Death. Now look, I love the show, but it doesn't matter if you've seen the show or not. All you need to know is that I have never seen the sheer speed and coordination of the fan base effort from the second it was cancelled to today, 1 week later, is something I've never seen before. And I remember when Firefly was cancelled. And why should you care if you're not a fan of the show? Because it may lead to the head of Warner Brothers being investigated for insider trading. I'm not kidding. Hang on, strap in. Calm down, Mandy. You need to get into the backstory. Okay, so the TV series Our Flag Means Death. I'll give you really briefly what it's about because it's a little bit important that you understand why the fans are so dedicated to it. So, it is a pirate historical comedy show. It has 2 seasons, and the creator wanted 3 seasons to tell the story with a beginning, middle, and end, right? All you need to know is it is about Stede Bonnet, who was a real dude. He was a rich white guy that went, I don't want to be a normal dude, I'm going to chuck my life aside and run off and be a pirate because I've read books about them. He really did this. And then he ran into Blackbeard, an actual pirate. And then for some reason they sailed together for a while. And what the TV show basically posits is they fell in love. They love each other. They are in gay love, and that's amazing. And that explains all of their actions. So that's what the show's about. It is the love story between Stede Bonnet, wealthy landowner turned pirate, and the legendary pirate Blackbeard. Caught up? Cool. Alright. If you're thinking, wow, I haven't heard of many TV shows like that, you'd be correct. It has amazing LGBTQ rep. It's really funny. It's very heartwarming and sweet, kind of like Ted Lasso's sort of like, what if like kindness was the goal here? And it's also got amazing like people of color representation. Like the fans who love this show hardcore. So to cancel it with 2 seasons and not provide a 3rd left people very upset. I know, what is this got to do with insider trading? Well, after the initial 24 hours of grief ended for the fan base, they seem to have just gone, what happened? Because all indications up to this point seem to be that the show was going to be renewed. The ratings were good, cast were like cryptically tweeting that they might be like going to be working on the show again, and apparently they were also, they were already hiring for like crew in New Zealand to do the 3rd season. Why would they be hiring for people for a season of television they're not going to make? The fans be sleuthin', as fans tend to do, and then some people with industry insider information start dropping information and going like, I don't give a shit, I'll tell you what happened behind the scenes, but I can't reveal my sources. Basically, the show was going to be renewed. And at the very last minute, things fell apart over what? Was it that the show had bad ratings? Was it because the network's homophobic? Was someone not going to be available because Taika Waititi's in it? Is it a case of he got too fucking busy? What happened? Why isn't the show happening? Did they not want to do it anymore? No. Do you know the reason? Money. The guy who runs HBO Max, Warner Brothers, is the CEO. His name's David Zaslav, and he was like, it's too expensive. Don't want to make it. Because apparently Warner Brothers can't afford to make a TV show. As you may imagine, this smacked of dishonesty or that something else was going on, so fans kept digging. Turns out the CEO, David Zaslav, sold $1 million of his own stock in Warner Brothers the day before the cancellation was announced. And ever since, the stock has been falling, because this is seen as one last bad move in an entire repertoire so far of bad moves on his part, and fans of the show are dumping their stock, as well as people that are from the outside looking in going, look, this is all going pear-shaped, people are cancelling subscriptions, viewers are not happy, this is just going to go south, and he's selling his own stock, so things are bad, so the stock price is doing this. And then a clever person pointed out, isn't this insider trading? If you sell your stock having inside information, doesn't this count as insider trading? So he's getting reported to the SEC probably. And you'd think the fans would stop there, but no, check this out. They started a renew as a crew petition which yesterday hit 50,000 signatures, and they're trying to gather more because the idea is that they're trying to get HBO to either reverse the decision or get the show picked up by a different network by showing that, like, we want shows like this. We're sick of, because this is the thing. David Zaslav was saying, like, he doesn't want shows that have a beginning, middle, and end, and he was mad that Succession ended after 4 seasons because he said there was money still on the table. You know how those TV networks beat a show into the ground to the point you never want to see it again? That's what he wants. He wants, like, shows he can run for 50 seasons and just milk to death, which is why another reason he didn't want to renew the show. Not for bad ratings, the show had fantastic ratings. They're still selling merchandise for the show on the HBO website. I don't know, it just seems like these days original stories don't get told, and you get the same stupid fucking reality shows or the same 50 reboots of the same 50 stories you've seen over and over again, and people are jack shit of it. And to that effect, some genius fan was like, how much would it cost to get, like, a billboard in Times Square to get the show renewed? And also, what if we got planes to fly over with banners near the offices and the networks being like, renew the fucking show? So they put up a GoFundMe, and it got funded in under an hour. I just, like, you got to admire that kind of gumption. And I suppose all of this was, first of all, to tell you what's going on if you don't know. Also, they did a mass campaign to, like, spam the Emmys hashtag respectfully. I love this, by the way. All the stuff they're doing, calling HBO Max, writing emails to the network, raising money, getting petition signatures, they're all doing it so respectfully and being like, keep in mind, guys, the people you're dealing with on the phones and through the email are probably customer service staff. It wasn't their decision. Just be really nice and pleasant, please. And I'm just like, how sweet. Anyway, I loved the show, so I have a personal stake in this. I'm a fan of the show. But even if you're not a fan of the show, I love when I see people go like, no, collectively we're going to organize, because this is not fair. Worth mentioning as well, during the strikes, the writers and actors strikes, the fans of the show organized fundraisers for the entire duration of the strike, and they paid for food and water for the striking writers out in the sun. I gave my own money to it. Like, why wouldn't you? What a good fucking cause. Sometimes, like, just occasionally, humanity gives you a reason to be like, oh. So all that is to say, if you haven't watched Our Flag Means Death, go watch it. And I'm going to put a link to the petition if you want to sign the petition and just stick it up David Zaslav's ass. I mean, personally, I'd love to do that.